is the most important thing, I would say, is changing your internal story. It wasn't until I changed my internal story that so many things happened for me. The biggest story that I can tell you about this, and this is why we're talking about these cards today, Sovereign definitely was the dragon that wanted to come through today to show you the consequences, the huge consequences of your internal story. My biggest story to do with this was when I was newly separated and I'd moved into my new house with my kids. So I was living full-time with the kids, and I'd built a studio downstairs, and all the profit that had come from the sale of the previous house had vanished. And I suddenly realised that I'd been spending all my time building and constructing this family home, and I had no income, and I absolutely panicked. What went round in my head is, oh my God, I've got no money to pay the bills, I've got nothing coming in, I can't see anything coming right. I was leaning on the sink in the kitchen, looking out over the view, because we were on a hill quite high up, and I was looking at the dishes in the sink on a Monday morning thinking, how on earth am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How on earth is this going to change? What do I have to do? Oh my God. I was panicking. I was so terrified. The previous week I signed on to receive food parcels. Can you imagine? And I was just so disappointed with myself. I was so embarrassed, and I was leaning on the sink because my back was so sore. I was leaning, taking all my weight off my back so it would just stretch out. And I'm thinking, this is so painful. I cannot live like this anymore. I refuse to live in this kind of poverty. Where have I gone? I don't recognise myself anymore. I was running retreats. I was selling boxes. I was doing so many things. I've had £1 million businesses before. Like, who am I? I don't recognise myself anymore. Like, where's my identity gone? The girl that travelled around the world. Like, where is she? I'm standing here, taking the weight off my such a painful back. I've gained weight. I've got no money. I'm irritated with the kids. I don't like who I am. I then realised that all the magic that I'd created before, like I'd created this house, I'd sold my previous house, I'd done so many things in a different way. I'm thinking, what was it that I did? What was it that I did? The only one who can change this is me. I can't blame anyone else for my circumstances. I have to change my internal story, and it's tough. It's tough because I didn't know really what I wanted, and I wasn't really clear, and so I had to really knuckle down and start changing my internal story. When I decided that I was going to change my internal story, and I started telling a new story to myself, it's all in your silent language, it's all what goes on in between your ears. When I started telling a new story, things started to happen. My soul started to intervene. I got divine guidance. I spent the afternoon cleaning and tidying and avoiding everything, and then I just got this message, go and sit by your desk. And as I did, I pulled up a lady that I'd been watching. She was a life coach, and she just had the energy that I wanted. And she was doing a challenge that week, so I thought, well, why not? It's good to watch her energy, and maybe it'll change something in me. I've decided now that I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to receive food parcels. I don't know who I am and what I'm doing. And it's like, this is just the pits, but this is my decision. I'm going to take my life in charge. I'm going to operate from a different place. And I was watching her challenges, and because I'd made the decision, I truly believe that this was my divine guidance, that this woman, this challenge came up in front of me, and she was giving away a 6 months course at the end of it to help you move through your next step. And I'm just like, I'll have some of that. Anyway, by the end of the week, I'd finished it. The weekend was on. The boys were home from school, full time, full on. Didn't have any time to look at anything. So on the next Monday, because I was in this new phase, I was like, right, let's look up and just see what's going on online, what's going on. I won the competition. I was jumping up inside. I was made a little video for it, just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, so much, so much. My divine guidance had shown me to take part in this challenge, and I'd won. So I was then going to be inscribing into this course. She sent me some information, and that was the new trajectory that I needed. This is what it all came from, me making this decision. Now, I share this with you. The reason I'm sharing this with you is your internal story, what the story that you're telling yourself, will have huge consequences on you physically, like I had this sciatica, on you financially, and on your relationships. I cannot reiterate that strongly enough. And even though your phase seems really bad, you will have to understand and take responsibility at some point to say, I wonder if all this bad stuff is happening to me and things are not working out because of, I know better than this. I can do better than this. There's so much that I want to do. So by changing your internal story to what you really want, getting the fine details in there, really making it clear who you are and what you're here for, it made a huge difference. The reason that this is so important and relevant right now is that you have some changes to make, and the situations that you're in are of your own creation, just like mine was. I was like, oh my God, I can see where I've been creating all of this. And this is eventually where the dragon cards came out from, because they want to show you all the different options that you have, but we're not necessarily taking the gumption to do those big decisions, to make the steps, to take the actions. I know that you've experienced this, that you're probably experiencing a little bit or a lot of what I've been through yourself. So I implore you to look at changing your story.